3, 2, 1, go. Oh, my timer didn't start. Great.
False start.
Is it working? Yes.
Who are you? There you are. Okay, I am ready.
Me too. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'll explain the first one once I'm out of the city.
Yeah. Come on. There you go. Boom, 27.
29. But yeah, so to start off, both of us did a basically a item abuse glitch that lets you glitch in items that you shouldn't be able to get yet, that we will abuse throughout the run. So we went and we bought a hammer, and if you have weapon selected on someone who can equip the hammer, and you switch characters at the exact same time that you go to equip a weapon to that person, you can bring up that person's equipment menu on a different character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's why we use the specific party and party order that we do, because it allows us to get the right equipment on the right characters.
Yes. And so we did a quick menu to turn memory cursor, or cursor memory on. So that way we can select an armor slot on someone and go from someone's weapon to someone's armor. Because then the game gets confused. And we'll pull up items that you don't actually have, trying to get an equipment menu that doesn't exist. So hammer lets you get knight's armor, which is a type of armor that you wouldn't normally get until a little bit later in the game. So now all of our people basically will only take 1 damage when attacked. And we'll continue to abuse that glitch as we go. I just used it a minute ago to get an item called Judgment Staff, which is an item that can cast a spell that does AoE massive damage.
And
so
eventually,
we'll use that.
Yeah, eventually we're going to give everybody the Barbarian Sword, which is an item that only exists in the PSP version of the game. So this item duplication glitch that we're doing right now only works in the PSP version, but also the Barbarian Sword, which is the most OP weapon, and we're gonna get it as early as we can and just use it to absolutely Tyrannosaurus wreck everybody.
Yes. Also, my controller died there, so sorry about that. But
Oh no,
I'm back. We're good.
Don't forget.
But yeah, the Barbarian Sword is a post-game item, so we'll get it within the first 20 minutes and just destroy everything.
It's what makes the item duplication glitch is what makes this run, an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, as opposed to 5 hours like most Final Fantasy runs are.
Yes. You've also noticed, for the most part, Ryan and I are just running from battles. That's kind of the strategy. It is faster to run from something than it is to try to fight the encounter.
With few exceptions, yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll also be glitching in some items that will make it easier for us to run from encounters. I think the next menu we do will include that.
Yes, I think so.
Now there are some encounters throughout the game that we cannot run from. that we lovingly refer to as unrunnables. And so those ones, there are specific strategies we will use to try to deal with them.
Yeah, no encounter before the bridge.
I got one. And then there's some encounters that you can run from, but the success rate is lower. And so we might deal with those as well.
Hey, Jay, thank you. Yeah, and so, all right, so the game itself, honestly, the first Final Fantasy game has a plot that's about as thin as a wonton wrapper.
Delicious, but thin.
We are the Warriors of Light. More detail than that, you ask? I would love to give it to you, but I don't have it. They don't have names. They don't have backstories. They're just the Warriors of Light.
Yeah, so, and you might be familiar with the term Warriors of Light from Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh.
I don't think this game really counts as one of the Evilus settings. I'm not sure, maybe it does. Yeah, basically we have these crystals that we showed to the king, and he said, "Oh, you're the Warriors of Light. I would love to help you, except my daughter has been kidnapped. Go save her, and then I'll help." So we help him. He built us a bridge that we've already gone over, and now we're on our quest to save the world from what we don't actually really know at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're defeating pirates right now. At least I am. I don't know what Ryan's up to.
I just defeated the pirates.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, assuming that the king knows the world needs to be saved, it seems a little bit presumptuous of him to be like, "Hey, yeah, you guys can totally go save the world, but before I build this bridge that you need to get over, I'm gonna make you do a errand for me, essentially." But whatever.
Yes.
And hey, Scorpion, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome back for a second month, and thank you for the like.
We go to Provoca, defeat some pirates, and the pirate captain feels so bad, he gives us his ship.
Right?
So now the pirates are stuck there, but they've changed their ways, and we have a ship that we use to sail across the ocean. So I just ducked into a castle, mostly just to.
Oh, you already went
move
through
a
the
little bit
castle?
faster. Yeah, man.
Oof.
I had a really good sail.
I had a terrible sail. Well, no. The sail itself was fine. The ship split was not so much.
Yeah. And if we talked to people in that city I was at, they would tell us that their prince is sick, and that we need to go visit an ancient elf king who lives in a castle up to the north. If we go there, that elf king tells us to go to Marsh Cave. I'm skipping the king, and I'm just going to Marsh Cave.
You'll notice I just got out of an encounter that took a very, very long time to run from. That happens. It was an ambush encounter to begin with, which are always difficult to run from because every single enemy in the party gets a turn before you are able to even try to run. And it was also a party full of wolves, and wolves are much, much faster than you. So they're difficult to run from anyway. So that's why it took so long to get out of that encounter. And because there were so many of them, it wasn't really worth trying to fight them. It might be later. Once we get the Black Mage some offensive magic, large party encounters that are hard to run from become a little bit more reasonable to run from, because the offensive magic can just dole out massive damage to everybody. But right now, all we've got is our fists.
Yeah. Wolves are definitely the most annoying to run from early game when you're on land. There are a few ocean encounters that are very frustrating as well. But...
No cave encounters, though.
I got a gold crown split.
Nice.
Get a load of this
Twiz,
guy.
hey, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that. I am not going to get a gold crown split, but I'm going to have a good crown split, so that's good. And I got 4 Piscos, so...
Very cool. Yeah, the Pisco Demon encounter. That is a forced encounter that you cannot run from. And you can get anywhere from 2 to 4 Pisco Demons.
And you need at least 3.
Yes, you need 3 to be on a good experience track.
Your 2 mages must be level 9 soon, in a few minutes from now. And to get enough experience from the encounters that we know we're going to fight, you have to have at least 3 of those Pisco Demons in that specific encounter. And we have to be level 9. The mages have to be level 9 because there's magic coming up that we want to buy.
Yeah, and every spell in this game, your mages have to be the appropriate level. And that level can differ depending on if you have like a half caster or a full caster. But we don't really need to worry about that in the run.
Yeah, the run always uses the same party. The exact same party and the exact same order. It's always set. We don't just pick random characters. Oh my goodness. No encounters on my way to the castle.
Wow, that's very cool.
I don't think that's
just
ever
getting
happened.
into my fight.
You what now?
Just got into my fight.
Okay.
Oh no.
Did he wipe your mage?
Yep.
Black mage?
Yep.
Oof. So we mentioned you need enough experience. That is that's the other potential issue that we run. Oh no, he's gonna kill my thief. Oh no,
That's
he missed.
okay.
Cool. So Astos, who I'm fighting right now, and Riles just fought, has the potential to cast Death on any of your party members. He usually only gets 1 turn in, so he only gets to use Death once, and sometimes he'll just use a physical attack, which is great. But if he kills one of your mages, specifically your black mage, then that's a big problem because dead characters don't get EXP from battles. And hang on.
And we need them to be level 9.
Yeah, the black mage specifically. The black mage buys magic. I say buys magic. You buy the spell. That's how you learn it. You buy it from a shop. Before the white mage does. So the black mage really needs to be level 9. So Riles is going to be a little bit hampered now because he's going to have to farm some encounters on the overworld to get his mage up to level 9. Because the very next thing we're going to do is buy that spell. That is where I'm going right now, is to buy 2 spells for my mage. My black mage.
So I'm going to be fighting some encounters on my way to the city. I'm going to try to only fight ones that I think will give me a decent amount of experience. It is possible to delay buying those spells, but it can make my next sail across the ocean a major pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. I almost walked right past Elfheim.
Or I guess we need level 8, not level 9. But I misspoke, I apologize.
Oh, no, I think that was me, actually. I said level 9. Because I was thinking there's a similar level requirement, but it's level 19.
Yeah.
And I'm buying gold needles right now. Gold needles are actually something we usually skip if you're going for like PB attempts. But for marathon purposes or race purposes, they're very, very handy because they heal stone. And there's a couple things coming up where there's a very, very good chance that an enemy will cast stone. And stone status effects are essentially the same as having a dead party member, except you can't use Phoenix Downs on them. They don't gain experience, you can't attack with them, and it persists after a battle ends. So it makes that party member useless. Like if all 4 party members get stoned in the same battle, it is a game over.
Yes.
So we don't want any of our characters to have the stone status effect. So we buy the gold needles just in case that happens. But in PB attempts, because it takes a while, to buy those, we often skip them and then just sort of cross our fingers and hope that nobody casts stone on anyone.
Because to buy the gold needles, you have to run through the entire town. Whereas if you only buy the spells, you can just go back the way you came.
Yep.
And that is significantly faster. And so you'll notice I did not buy my spells. And we will come back by Elfheim later. And I will attempt to purchase them then.
Yep. And I am sorry, Chad. I'm not doing a very good job of paying attention. Jay, did you have a question? Jay, are you still here? Twiz said to ask a question in here. I don't know what question Twiz is referring to.
If Ryan is ignoring you, you can always pop over to my chat, Riles_G, and I'm much better at this run, so I'll try to answer any questions you have while he flounders through.
Oh, I hate that that's true. So for context, anyone unfamiliar, Riles is my younger brother. So this is a sibling rivalry as much as it is just a normal rivalry. And he's not lying. Riles is better than me at this run. Riles is better than almost everyone at this run, though, so I don't feel too bad. He's very, very good at this speed run.
Which brings up a very good point. If you look at the leaderboard, Ryan's PB is 133, I think.
Yes.
And mine is 126 something,
Mm-hmm.
which for many other games, people would probably look at and say, why are these two racing? Well, we did a race yesterday, and Ryan beat me by 2 minutes. This game is the most RNG heavy game I have ever played.
Oh, it's ridiculously RNG heavy. We are doing a little bit of a commentary thing, but please do not feel the need to leave us alone. I enjoy having my friends here. But we're talking a little bit about the run and the mechanics of the run and the plot of the game, because we do intend on submitting this race to marathons. Oh, whoops.
What was your Jolt Tonic?
My Jolt Tonic? Hang on one sec. Come on. 1457.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, I did that wrong. Why, what was yours?
1608.
Oh. Yeah, so that farm did not do you any favors.
No. So based off the sound of mashing controllers that I hear from Ryan's Discord, he is doing our second equipment glitch, where we dupe in Thief's Armlet onto all of our characters, which increases our speed as well as our armor and makes it a lot easier for us to run.
Yeah, so those wolf encounters that I was having a lot of trouble running from should not be quite as scary anymore. Yes, and Ray is correct. I am bad at chat interaction. No! Okay. So this is Riles mentioned earlier the importance of buying the spells for your black mage early, because if you don't, it makes the boat encounters a little scarier. This is why. This is my first encounter with a bunch of Sahagins. You can run from them, but they're very, oh my gosh, back-to-back encounters. They're very, very difficult to run from. So it's usually easier just to kill them. And the easiest way to kill them is to just hit them with lightning bolts. So that's what we do.
Did you remember
instead.
to ether?
Yes, I did remember to ether. Yeah, so that's what we do instead of running. If it's a bunch of Sahagins, we just kill them. But it's a pain in the neck to kill them. Whoops. It's a pain in the neck to kill them if you haven't bought the spells, or if you forget to ether your mages, which I often do. I buy the spells, but then I can't use the spells. Oops.
And something else you might all notice if you're extra astute. On top of encounters being extremely RNG in this game, Ryan and I's characters are going to have different health and NP stats, which normally doesn't make a huge difference, but in the very last fight, our thief and our black mage health will affect the strategy we use by a small amount. And those are just determined randomly on level up. So,
Twiz, if it makes any difference to you, I'm comparing against averages right now. Yeah, and I think Riles probably is as well.
Yes.
I very rarely compare against PB just because, again, this game is so RNG heavy. Your PB is always... You're never ever going to have a balanced PB. Oh, this is going to be a terrible Narek. Like a truly awful Narek.
And I think Ryan talked about ambushes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side of that coin, we have what's called preemptives, which normally a preemptive means everyone in your party gets to attack before any of the enemies. For us, a preemptive means we are guaranteed to run away on the first attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So I love preemptives.
And it's reasonable to wonder, well, what about preemptive encounters that you can't run from? Do you have time to kill them? There will never be an encounter that you can't run from that will also be a preemptive.
Or ambush.
All unrunnable enemies will always be regular encounters. For some reason, I don't know why they did it that way.
Yeah, I've never actually thought about that. That's kind of weird.
Oops. If I could walk the right direction when I leave Narek's cave, that'd be great.
Hey, I'm catching up.
Yeah, it was a really bad Narek. I split at 2102.
You split at the text box, right? Or when did you split?
Yeah, I split at the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah.
Okay. Because I split when he walks off screen.
Yeah, you split when he walks off the screen. So like 10 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, mine's 21:39. But yeah, we just gave that dwarf dynamite, and he blew a canal into the continent. Don't question it. It's clearly what we were supposed to do. The first ever time I played this game casually, this was kind of one of the spots where I got very confused as to what I was supposed to do until I just stumbled into that cave.
Yeah, this game in classic, wait, where it is? There it is. In classic 90s JRPG fashion, is really hard. Casually, it's just a really difficult game.
So this menu we're doing is the glitch-in barbarian sword menu.
Oh my gosh, are you caught up with me?
I'm starting it right now.
Oof, okay. I'm gonna get my butt kicked today. My only hope in these races with Riles is to be way ahead early on, because Riles closes this game much stronger than I do. He has a really, really great late game, and I have a really, really average late game. But it's okay. I can still win. Oh no, ambush!
Yeah, which, I mean, that comes from later in the game we have an airship, and airship movement can be very confusing. And I've practiced it more.
Yeah. Yeah, remembering optimal routes between locations in the airship is tough.
Yeah.
Because it's a big world that you travel, and the airship moves real fast, and a lot of the places look very, very similar.
Yes. Quick plot synopsis. We just were in Melmond. It was the last city we went to. If you talk to the people there, they complain that none of their crops are growing, the earth is decaying, blah, blah, blah. And they think the source is the Earth Cavern, which is where I am now. When we get to the bottom of the Earth Cavern, we find a vampire, and we beat him, and we think the day is saved. It's not. The vampire, it turns out, is not the big bad. So we have to leave, get a special item, and come back, and then we will deal with the first of 4 fiends who
I just
are
got stoned.
destroying the Earth. I got an undead ambush, so...
I got it wasn't even an ambush, it was just a regular encounter with Pyralisks, and one of them just immediately stoned my white mage. So that's why we buy the gold needles during races, because I would have
Yes.
been in deep trouble.
It
That
is
probably
possible
would
to
have
get-
that probably would have been a reset, actually. I would have had
Yeah.
to have started over.
It's possible to get very, very, very unlucky and have your entire party get stoned in this dungeon. So when you first start out, it's generally considered somewhere where you should save. But it's so uncommon, Ryan and I have kind of decided that we should be okay.
Especially with the gold needles. And it's vampire. Wow. Yeah, this has been a really bad Earth Cavern.
Had you just defeated him, or did you talk to him?
I just started it.
Same. But yeah, you'll see we take care of the vampire in literally no time.
Yeah, he takes 1 attack to kill. Doesn't even matter
Yes.
who it's from.
And this can be a difficult fight, casually.
If you're not cheating.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. So I started running this game before Ryan did, and he decided he wanted to run it, and I'm on the same page as him with this. We like to play a game casually before we run the game, but it's kind of such an aggravating casual game at times that as Ryan was streaming it, he had about 3 of us in his chat that run the game, and we just started basically walking him through the speed run.
Yeah. Yeah, my casual playthrough very, very quickly turned into a blind speedrun. Because it's really annoying to play casually. The frequency of random encounters combined with just the extremely vague plot make it really frustrating to play.
But it is a super fun speed game. I will say that.
It really is. I really enjoy the variance and volatility of it.
Yes.
I really, really like that about this run. It can be annoying, but it's also it's a lot of fun.
I think I don't run A Link to the Past. Ryan does. From what I understand of Link to the Past, it is very consistent.
Yeah, there is plenty of RNG in Link to the Past, but it's like there's a limited combination of things that can happen. So it's RNG in the sense that one of 16 different things might happen to you, and there are strategies for all 16 of those things. Whereas in this game, it's just how many encounters are you going to get? That's the RNG, is you could get, I don't even know, I'm making up numbers here because I've never bothered to count, but you can get 30 encounters over the course of a run. You could get 100 encounters over the course of a run. I mean, theoretically, it's possible to get no random encounters. They are legitimately random. Now, that will never, ever happen to anyone, but it is possible.
And so, I mean, one of the things I like is that despite the fact that Ryan and I's PVs are so different, we are able to race it and still have a good close race.
Yes.
Hey, Gold Earth Rod.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not even there yet.
Well, and like we say that, so that Earth Rod split took me, 2.5 minutes. But yesterday, when we did this,
It took you like
it was
6, right?
It was 3.5 minutes before I even got out of Earth Cavern. And so it's an extremely aggravating run when you're trying to grind out PBs, and it's full of resets. But I do find it a very fun run for just doing with friends and just having opportunities to get on. And they have tournaments. There hasn't been a tournament since I started running. but I know that it's kind of anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, there is a lot of randomness in this game, like we've just been talking about. But it's also, oh, and my warrior's dead. It's also there are people who like Soma, the world record holder in this game. Soma could have their worst run ever, and I could have my best run ever, and Soma would still kick my butt. And it wouldn't even be close. So there is that to consider. I am going to reply.
Yeah, there is. I mean, executing the glitch well can save time, because that takes some practice, getting that glitch to work. And then the biggest time save is knowing how to respond to different encounters.
Yes.
And
know when
being
to
able
hold them, know when to fold them, know when to run away.
Yes. And then you have 7 cobras ambush you. So
Right. And you know, these menus that we have to do to duplicate items and glitch in better equipment. 8 gargoyles ambushed me. You know, how quickly can you navigate those menus, and how quickly can you get the item duplication glitch to work, because sometimes it just doesn't work, so you have to try it 2 or 3 times. So stuff like that really adds up over the course of the run.
yeah, the menus are very unforgiving. You have to get them exactly right. And if you do mess them up and you don't realize, it can cost you a lot of time. One that I think a decent amount of people do earlier in their run is like forgetting to put Thief's Armlet on somebody.
Yeah. Forgetting to put it on the warrior is pretty common, and then you don't really realize it until you go to sell Knight's armor later, because when you equip Thief's Armlet, you are unequipping Knight's armor, which is something that you equip at the very beginning of the run. So sometimes I will do that. I'll forget to put it on the warrior, and I won't realize it until I go to sell my Knight's armors, and I only have 3, and I should have 4. So then I have to go in and correct that and get Thief's Armlet put onto my warrior, and it bleeds time every time you do something like that.
And the Knight's armors that we make are where we get all of our money from for the run, basically.
Yes.
Without those, we would be poor people.
I muscle memory tried to run from Pisco Demons.
Oh no. So you'll see I just saved, so this is the first Fiend, Lich, who does have a chance to outspeed you and kill your entire party. Just, there's nothing you can do.
That's another, we talked about RNG being number of encounters. There's also RNG in the form of a couple of these bosses can just end your run. You can do everything right, and the run's over. And Lich, who Riles is about to fight, is one of those.
Is dead.
Really? Did he kill you?
No, Lich is dead.
Oh, Lich is dead, okay.
Yeah, my Thief and Warrior attacked before he did anything.
Okay, cool.
Took him out.
Whoops. Well, I just got onto the 4th floor.
Yeah, so I have to sit through an unskippable cutscene, so I'll talk for a little bit. But so Lich has a chance to cast Blizzara, I think is the technical name.
Yes.
And so that's an AoE ice spell, right? And it can wipe out your entire party, because we are just not actually a high enough level to deal with it. We just have good equipment. But our armor is not magic armor. So he can just wipe out your party in one go if he acts before you. And he will only do it when you're on PB pace. He will never do it when you want the run to die. But there was one time I remember I was like 3 minutes ahead of my PB, and I got to Lich. And he decided that my run was over.
There was a day I was ahead of Riles' PB, and
Yes.
Lich decided my run was over. I was on a really great pace. I was on a better pace than I should have been on. Oh, yep, okay, here, watch. And my run is over. So that's why you save. So now I have
Did
to
he
load
like
my
you?
game and do it again. So Riles is now going to be way out in front of me.
But I am also quickly approaching the scariest part of the run. So sequence-wise, the game intends for you to go to this next city, get the canoe, and then go deal with the second fiend. However, even casually, you can sequence break and go from this city to what's called Ice Cavern, which is scary. And Ice Cavern is where runs go to die. Just
Ice
hands
Cavern
down.
is the other big reason we buy gold needles. There are a lot of enemies in Ice Cavern that can cast stone status effects on your party, but there's also just a lot of really nasty encounters in general.
There are a number of encounters in Ice Cavern that if it's an ambush, you can just reset without waiting to see your party die. Like, you just know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You'll also notice my warrior just died. I will not be reviving him because I actually need him dead here in a little bit. So it works out for us.
Yeah, my warrior died earlier, and I did revive him, but then I only used one potion on him because I wanted his health to be pretty low. Same with the thief, although I accidentally used a potion on the thief earlier. I went to go heal my mages, and the game ate one of my inputs. So I pressed down, and then I pressed X to use a potion, but the down didn't get registered. So I used a potion on the thief, but that's okay. He's still pretty low health. But you want the thief and the warrior both dead here in a little bit.
And I am coming up on our next equipment glitch, so I'm going to be quiet for a second. Oh, shoot.
I went too low. Man, my black mage is really carrying the team today. I'm getting a lot of Sahagins. I need to remember to re-ether him, actually.
Okay, so I messed that menu up for a second, but then I remembered what I was supposed to do. You'll notice I did a formation swap during that menu. Because the equipment we had to get onto our black mage, we could only get there from warrior. So we needed our black mage next to the warrior in our menu. And he will stay there for the rest of the run. Quick plot update. So I just talked to somebody in a big circle of bearded men, right?
And you didn't talk to the one that you think you would need to talk to. Oops, I don't think I actually got
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of them in red robes and one guy with like a pirate hat and a blue robe. And the blue robed guy is, I think his name is Luskin. And he is like a world famous sage. He's the one that predicted the coming of the Warriors of Light, which is you. And he tells you plot. He's the one that says there are 4 fiends and you have to go defeat all of them to restore order to the world. But then the one just to his right gives you the canoe you need to go do it. So we talked to Canoe Man.
Canoe Man.
And the reason we do Ice Cavern early is because Ice Cavern gets us the airship. Or the thing we need to get the airship.
Yeah.
And when you're in the airship, there are no random encounters.
Which is way better than the canoe and the boat both. Plus the airship just moves faster than the rest of them.
Yes. And is required to get some places. But
what was your canoe split?
37-14.
Woof, okay. 38:42. So you're about a minute and a half ahead of me right now.
And I will save here.
Yeah. So we both saved right before the Lich fight. Saving at the beginning of the ice cavern is also a very good idea.
Yeah, I've had a lot of runs die in Ice Cavern.
There's those two, and then a third one that's generally considered good practice for races and marathon attempts and stuff like that. Very, very late game, the beginning of the last dungeon. Because that place is just scary.
I forgot to do that one yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I saved right at the very beginning, and then spent the next, 15 minutes thinking, I should do another one. Because if I die right now, I'm going to lose a lot of time. The final dungeon is very lengthy. Spoiler alert. The 4 fiends Riles was just talking about, we're going to kill all of them. Lich was one of them, actually. We already killed one. We're going to have to kill all of them again. In the final dungeon, you fight every dungeon boss again. Because why not?
If you have never played Final Fantasy I, and you have played Final Fantasy IX, the bosses are very familiar. You're right. Is what I've been told. I've never played FF9. I've been told I should, and I will, but I don't know when.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's up?
I didn't save at the beginning of Ice Cavern, and then I got ambushed.
Is your run over?
Oh no. Oh, thank God.
Oh. Well, I'm stun locked in the spike encounter in Ice Cave, so.
Oh no. So you did save though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am now ahead of Riles, and I still haven't saved, so I'm going to do that now.
Well, I haven't reset.
Oh, you're stun locked, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, all my characters are paralyzed.
So this is not a game over, it's just a pain in the neck, because now Riles just has to wait.
Yes. And I can reset, but I'm kind of hoping this ends soon.
Yeah. So I got really lucky. I got, and Riles even mentioned this. Now I have a Dark Wizard ambush. So I forgot to save when I first entered the Ice Cavern, which we had literally just talked about the importance of doing. So silly me. And then Riles had mentioned earlier the dangers of ambushes, which I just got another one with Mind Flayers, and I'm stun locked. They mind blasted.
And
I got a mind
can...
blast, and it paralyzed all 4.
Yeah, and Mind Flayers can one-hit KO paralyzed party members.
Oof. Yep. There goes my warrior. Sweet, I got out of it.
Okay.
Wow, this has been a really rough Ice Cavern for both of us. Another ambush. Is this my 4th or 5th ambush of the Ice Cavern? Anyway, so this is why this dungeon is scary. Because so many of these encounters are very dangerous.
Yes.
This is a weirdly high number of ambush encounters, though. This is a little unusual and kind of frustrating. So I'm walking over these spikes right now because the spikes hurt you, and I wanted to farm a little bit of damage on my thief because my thief had a little bit too much health. Because I'm going to need him dead here in a minute.
Yeah, and so I'm fighting Evil Eye, and you'll notice I kind of didn't do anything to it until he killed my thief.
I just got another ambush.
I need Warrior and Thief to be dead so that I can grind up my White Mage and my Black Mage to level 17 or 18, depending on how you play the game.
I think that was my 6th ambush.
Goodness.
No, not antidote, potion.
Which, the thing I have to keep in mind during this grind is my White Mage and Black Mage are not on the same experience track, because my Black Mage was killed when I fought Astos. So normally, you can just check one of them, but I have to make sure I check Black Mage for my levels.
Oh man, what was your... You split Levystone before you farm, right?
Correct.
What was your split?
43-19.
Okay, mine was 44-03, so I'm not as far behind as I thought I was going to be. That was a truly horrible ice cavern split for me. I think I had 6 ambushes.
I was stuck in that on the spike encounter with the undead for a while.
So yeah, now I am level farming.
And I just finished mine, so I will revive my thief, heal everybody up. I'm also going to drop some ethers.
But we keep the warrior dead. We want the warrior to stay dead for a while longer, actually. I'm still level 15.
Yeah. Because now we want to get some experience on our thief, because we need him to deal more damage as we go throughout the game. He is our damage dealer. Our warrior is there for soaking damage. He will almost always have the highest health as we go. And the way Final Fantasy I does enemy attacks, as far as who they'll hit, whoever's at the front of your party will take 50%, or has a 50% chance of being the target of an attack. The second slot has a 25% chance, and the third and fourth slot each have a 12.5% chance.
So that's another reason we do the party order the way that we do it.
Yes.
Is both for the menu item duplication glitch purposes, and also for making sure we don't die in battles. Oh, come on, let me out of this fight, please.
There's been some discussion recently, and it kind of petered off, but some people are in the Discord were talking, and I had seen this anecdotally. I don't know if we've decided it's a real thing, that your fourth slot affects the run chance in some way, shape, or form.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, it was mentioned very briefly in the Discord, but we don't really have a good way to try and figure that stuff out. So...
Oof, getting a lot of encounters on my way out of the cavern.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever actually talked about the last menu. You'll notice I put black garb on my 3 living characters. Basically, black garb just makes it very easy for us to run away from things.
Mm-hmm.
And so at this point, we really should be able to get away from everything we need to.
You'd think that. It still sometimes feels like you just can't get out of a fight.
Yeah. And I just skipped a cutscene where we see this airship that I just got just kind of float out of the sand. Because that is where you should put those sorts of things.
Where did I park my airship?
And I just had allow message.
Oops.
Jay, I love that. Also, Jay, for some reason, Twitch thought black garb shouldn't be allowed. So, that's weird. Jay in my chat put in quotes, I put black garb on my 3 living characters. And he said they're in mourning, obviously.
Yeah, they're at a funeral. You know,
so
you feel bad for the ship. We just leave the ship here and we never touch it again. Poor ship.
Maybe it should learn to fly. You'll notice I'm still not going to the volcano where the second fiend lives. Upon completing Ice Cavern, I have gone to the Citadel of Trials, where we will get a special item proving our bravery that we will go give to Bahamut, because he's in this game. And he will make us stronger.
Are you in the Citadel yet?
I am, yeah. I just finished I'm about to finish the teleporters.
Wow, okay. Yeah, this race is over. Oops, I walked a little too low. We're good.
Which, some of you might be able to surmise, if Bahamut is in this game, that probably means Tiamat is in this game as well. because they're kind of a package deal.
That would be a correct assumption. Okay, I'm gonna need you to just like fight a dozen dragon zombies.
I'll do what I can. So I just duped a Lordly Robes onto my Black Mage to increase his spell damage. Earlier we gave him Lust Dagger instead of Sage's Staff, and that lowered his spell damage. But we needed it for effective farming against the Evil Eye. So now his spell damage should be back up, and we should be able to use his spells to deal with everything again.
Oh no. I got Minotaur zombies and I was gonna light them on fire, but I'm out of MP.
Oh no.
Let's ether. It's fine, I just killed them.
So I just fought some dragon zombies that are a forced encounter. Ryan and I both agree that they should be called zombie dragons. Because those words make more sense in that order.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's a dragon that has been zombified, not a zombie that has been dragonified.
Yeah.
Which isn't a thing.
You might have also noticed I checked my character levels. We have to be level 19 when we leave. Well, we have to be level 19 after we beat the next fiend. And it's just easiest to do that right there.
Yep.
Because the fiend is not a guaranteed level 19. And if that dungeon goes really well, I will have 0 encounters when I get to the dungeon. So.
I just did the Lordly Robes menu.
Okay. I am about to.
That was my assumption, Twiz. I think Jay is allowed to say whatever he wants in my chat because he's a mod. Whether or not that's a good decision remains to be seen.
Huh.
Oof.
I'm about to get a class change.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this one's going surprisingly well.
I got 5145 rat tail.
Gotcha. My rat tail was 4957. Oh, bark bark. Neighbor's dog. Which I say this run's going surprisingly well. I've been executing well and I've had decent luck. If I compare to my PB, I'm still 2 minutes behind. So, yeah, it's going well, but it's not. It is not PB base. I just got an encounter on Bahamut's Island. That's never happened to me before.
Oh, that happens to me a lot, actually. I had to farm 2 extra dragon zombies. Or zombie dragons. Oops. But we're up to 19 now.
So I had to visit this desert caravan, buy a fairy in a bottle. And then I also bought 11 Giants Tonics, which raise your max HP for 1 encounter. And we will use those in the final boss fight of the game, probably.
One thing we haven't really talked about, I don't think. So encounters are random, right? But different areas of the map have different encounter threat levels. So you are more or less likely to get an encounter depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And, hang on. Did I just overshoot that big time? Yeah, I did. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. In addition to, when on the world map, the overworld, there are things you can do to mitigate random encounters because different terrain has different threat levels. So walking around on normal grass, there's, whatever chance to get a random encounter. If you're walking in forested area, you have a higher chance to get a random encounter. If you're walking on the blue looking ground, that's like swampland, and that is lower. So anytime there is swampland, we'll not really go out of our way, but sort of try and spend as much time on it as possible to lower the odds of getting an encounter.
Yeah. Enjoy your lurk, Nine Lives. Thank you for the good luck. So I have just entered Mount Gulg, which is a volcano, and kind of going along with different terrain having different threat levels. Mount Gulg is weird because when you walk on lava, you take damage.
The floor is
Makes
lava.
sense. But also when you walk on lava, oh, I can't run from this. Also, when you walk on lava, you cannot get an encounter. So we actually try to walk on lava more than the normal floor. Because the damage is worth it for the time save. So I'll be checking my health every once in a while to make sure I'm not gonna like get ambushed and just completely get killed. But for the most part, I shouldn't get encounters. I've gotten one, which I would say is probably average if you have good movement.
And this is where Riles tends to really start pulling ahead of me is when movement becomes very important in this late game stuff. My late game movement just isn't nearly as well optimized as his.
And you'll notice I did just revive my warrior. We want him back now. So
Because you're about to fight a boss. Hey, come on, man.
yes.
I really, really wanted to take some time to look at that tree, apparently. I couldn't get in front of it.
So this is Fiend number 2, almost an hour into the game. We did Lich at 30 minutes. This is Merilith, almost an hour in. And we'll defeat the rest of the bosses in the next half hour-ish. So.
Yeah, the game ends really quickly. Like, weirdly quickly.
Which I normally have everyone attack in Merilith. I don't know why I didn't do that this time, but... So Merilith, not a very scary boss. Like the rest of them, we kind of just whack her with the Barbarian Sword until she falls over. Oh my goodness, I just saw the emote Nine Lives used and I love it. It's the Toad from Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
Such a good character. I need to finish that game. I never finished my casual playthrough of Chrono Trigger.
Did you not, really?
No.
Oh, there we go.
These unskippable cutscenes after the bosses are for bonus dungeons that were released with this anniversary edition of the game. We will not be going to any of them. I did learn the speed route for one of them, but... So I am back in Elfheim because I need to buy some spells. So I did buy haste for my thief, or as he's now called, the ninja. Ninja can cast spells.
Ninja's such a better name.
It's so good. Now, I don't know if he'll actually use that haste, but it can be a nice thing to have for the end. And then I also bought an ice spell. Now I'm buying Healara for my white mage, which will become our new healing of choice, and teleport for my black mage, which will speed up some dungeons.
Hey, Gold Merilith.
Very nice. Oh, you're not that far behind.
Still way behind you. 58-28 Merilith.
So you're just under 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Mine is 56:37.
It's better than the 8-minute lead I had on you for a while there in the yesterday's run.
So I'm about to enter into a new city whose name I honestly don't remember.
Onrak, is that?
Onrak, that's it. we don't do anything here except for get into a submarine, because
we
this
do.
game has submarines, and go to the underwater dungeon.
Hey, oh, I just got an encounter after Merilith.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Jay, I'm sorry. You're right. He's not a toad. I apologize. He's a frog. Like I said, I never finished it. I need to go play it. Maybe that's what I'll do. I have 2 days on my spring break where my wife will be at work. Maybe I'll spend half of the day grinding FF1 and half playing Chrono Trigger.
I don't think this is the right shop. Nope, that's not the right shop. Dang it. I just went into the White Mage place. I want haste. What am I doing? And Lazara. There we go.
Hey, you have fire today, right?
Yes.
So I am in the water dungeon, where there are 3 encounters here that if we get them, we cannot run. Each one can be dealt with by our Black Mage with a different spell. So I've gotten the Sahagin group twice, and all you have to do for that is cast Thundara, which is very nice. And then there's an undead encounter where you use fire, and water elementals, you don't use Thundara on, you use Blizzara because water is weak to ice.
Oops. One too high. Yo, no encounters on my way to Onrek.
And I just found the Rosetta Stone.
Don't be in
Because
my way,
again-
don't be in my way, don't be in my way. Thank you.
That exists in this game.
A normal thing to have.
Now I'm using teleport, which just takes you back 1 floor of the dungeon that you're in.
Yeah, teleport's really, really handy later, because it's much, much faster than working your way back through the dungeon. We'll use that a lot. I just got to the water dungeon, temple, whatever,
Thing.
cavern. Boy, I'm glad I didn't skip on the antidotes today. I've needed them.
And this dungeon has, I think, the second to last menu, and what is, in my opinion, the most confusing one.
Yeah, it's a difficult menu. I still have to look at how it's written. Judgment staff.
What are you
Judgment staff? 9 Sahagin princes and chiefs.
Use thunder on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure if I use what am I doing? Hang on. I figure if I use both mages use it, they're less likely to get a turn.
Okay.
Oh no, what am I doing? Where am I? Oh no. I just
You
got
lost?
turned around.
Oh no. Alright, I'm going to shut up here for a minute while I do this menu.
Oh crud. Oh no. Oh, I think I'm good. Yeah, I just cost myself a whole bunch of time by getting a little bit lost because I was talking instead of paying attention to where I was. I think we're back on track now.
Okay. That menu was not my best work, but we made it.
Getting a lot of unrunnables here. There we go.
I got a lot of Sahagin groups. the reason we needed the Rosetta Stone, there is a city that we have to go to where they speak basically a dead language. And so we have to learn their language. And there is a man in the world trying to decode it, and he needs the Rosetta Stone to do so.
Right. Hey, Fox, no. No, I am not. But that's okay. That is to be expected. Riles is very, very good at this game, and I'm only okay.
All right. I am entering the water dungeon boss, who is the classiest individual.
What?
Have
What?
you seen his outfit?
I guess not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jay.
that's true. He's like wearing a little tuxedo, isn't he?
He's got like that awesome purple robe on.
Yeah. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Yeah. Jay, educate Ryan. I know how you feel about this.
Oh, this is the wrong room. Where am I? Oh, bother. I've gotten turned around twice now.
This dungeon took me the longest to memorize.
Oof.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, this has been a really bad dungeon for me. I usually don't have this much trouble. Okay, there's the light axe. Warrior. We're gonna go weapon to black mage helmet, survival vest, and armor. Survival vest, and then to thief helmet or gloves. Oops. Nope. And then thief to warrior. And then thief to white mage, and it's shield helmet gloves, right? Yeah. And it's the lordly robes. And then white mage, weapon to black mage, gloves, lordly robe. Boom. That was actually a decent menu. Too bad everything else has been horrible.
So I just followed the classic RPG trope of a dungeon behind a waterfall.
It's true.
And there's a
It
path
is.
blocking my path. There we go.
It is about as classic as it gets.
At the end of this cave, I will find a robot.
Which makes no sense. Are we caught up on the plot?
I don't
Does the
think so. Yeah, so let's see. Basically, the last thing was the sage told us go defeat all the fiends. We found an airship in the desert. And now I'm gonna go find a robot, which is weird. When I talk to this robot, he's going to give me something called the Warp Cube. That we need to access the final dungeon.
Yes.
That was built by
Oh no, shoot.
the ancestors of the city where they speak the dead language. Oh, come on. Why can I not run from these nightmares? There we go.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm sure not going to be underleveled. Oh no, I want to use magic now, don't I?
Oh, and there is a menu in this room as well to get some ribbons.
Which is also a semi-complicated one.
Yeah, it's a really clever one. We get a ribbon and we use the ribbon to dupe in an item. And then we use the item that we duped in to get more ribbons, which I think is very fun.
Yeah, we equip the Gigantax on the warrior for all of half a second. We'll never actually use that weapon, but we get it just so that we can get more ribbons.
Yes. And so we grab the warp cube, and now we're going to go learn a dead language, which allows us to speak to the people in Lufenia, who will give us a chime. The chime and the warp cube together allow us to access the technologically advanced flying fortress. Because the ancestors of the Lufenian people were wicked smart. The other weird thing that learning Lufenian lets us do is talk to some very specific bats in the game.
Yeah, man.
And we learned that the airship used to belong to those bats because they used to be people, and they buried it in the desert so that way warriors of the future could use it.
Yeah. As one does.
As one does. So this man, who my friend Total Nonsense refers to as Gilderoy Lockhart, is currently teaching us Lufenian.
Currently teaching you Lufenian. I haven't even gotten to the waterfall yet.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm falling behind, homie. It was a really, really bad water dungeon, cavern, whatever.
I'm very sorry. Maybe Chaos will be very mean to me. Or the walk to Lufenia. Yeah, so the airship can only land on open patches of grass. And so the game developers, when they give you the airship, make everywhere after that surrounded by forest. Because why should you be able to use your fancy airship to go to the places you need to go? So, despite having the airship, I still have to walk a little bit to get to Lufenia. I'll walk on marsh as much as possible, but there's a lot of forest.
Mm-hmm. Got a bat in my way. So, Riles has already been here, but the area I'm in right now, this cavern where we're gonna get the ribbon, is one of those areas we mentioned. Some places just have higher threat levels where random encounters are more common. This is one of those areas, so there's a lot of encounters in this specific cave, which is frustrating, but it's also, to be expected.
Yeah.
So I'm about to talk to the robot. So I split Warp Cube at 1:12:18, and I also split before you do.
Yeah, Twiz, they love to just get in your way. It's actually super frustrating. That place always has a body block. Yeah. When do you split Warp Cube? Because I do it when I get back to the canoe.
I split it as soon as I get it.
Okay. Yeah, so I got back into my canoe at 1:09:22.
You said when now?
1:09:22.
Back into the canoe?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I got into the canoe just now, whenever that was, like at 1:13:10, it looks like.
Gotcha. Ray said that about the time you split Warp Cube is when I split Chime. So I am entering this tower in the middle of a desert. At the top of this tower, there is going to be a little pad that, when I play the chime on it, will teleport me to the Flying Fortress. Which is the final dungeon of the game. It's not.
Yeah, the ending, well, it's not, but it also kind of is. The end of this game comes really, really suddenly. It sort of feels like you're right in the middle of the run, and then all of a sudden, you're in the last dungeon.
Yeah.
It always really sneaks up on me.
So I'm going to go into the Flying Fortress, where I will then go and fight Tiamat. Casually, you're supposed to come across a room that has a big, like, I can't remember what the term is, a window in the floor. And from there, you're supposed to be able to see where the 4 powers of chaos from the fiends converge in the world. And that tells you where to go after you defeat Tiamat. And it is somewhere we have been before.
Fortunately for us, we know where we're supposed to go.
Yes. So we do not need to check that out. Oh, Evil Eye.
Weird. Winterwolf?
You can run.
Okay.
They're annoying, but you can run.
Wasn't sure if it was because Ice Gigas you can't.
Correct.
And I usually see Winterwolves with Ice Gigas.
Yeah.
Gigai? Gigases? Gigos?
Yeegus.
What did you say?
Yeegus.
Yeegus?
I don't know.
Get out of the way. Chime at 1:15:45.
You're about 3.5 minutes behind me.
Ray says ice giggity. I like the way you work it.
Should I
Ice
just
giggity.
grind for a war machine?
Oh my gosh, you really are. Or a war mech, I guess is what it's actually
Yeah.
called, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. If you get one, you have to fight it.
I'll spend 30 seconds grinding for a war mech.
Please don't actually.
Well, I'm wasting a lot of those 30 seconds trying to run from an air elemental.
Okay.
Hey, I got ambushed by air elementals.
Oh no!
Okay, you're 30
It's so
seconds are up.
strange to me. Actually, here we're gonna kill these with fire. I've been getting so many unrunnables in this overworld section. They've all been pretty fast unrunnables, but lots of undead encounters. I lit those ones on fire. Undead enemies are very susceptible to fire.
Yeah. This is Tiamat, not scary, but can take a couple turns. And my black mage. He has.
Yeah, it's interesting because the only boss, like big boss, the 4 fiends, and then the final boss, that is actually legitimately worrisome is Lich. All the others, assuming you are prepared and have all your, you're healed up and you have all the right items and stuff, are not a huge threat. Random encounters are scarier than the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
If I could run from
And
these hellhounds,
honestly,
that'd be great.
Even in the end game boss rush, when we have to fight all of them again, Lich is the scariest one, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like, both times you fight Lich, he can just be very mean. Because the second time we fight him, so Judgment Staff, which we've been using to cast Flare, is the spell. Lich 2 can use Flare on us.
Yeah, I often lose 1 or 2 party members to Lich.
Yes. Oh, I need to revive my Black Mage. Heal everybody up. Use some ethers.
Getting a whole lot of encounters in this place, man.
In a very ideal world, by the time I get to the final boss of the game, my Thief will have 300 HP, and my Black Mage will have 250. I do not think that's going to happen today. So here's that place
you
I
already
will-
killed Tiamat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this whole cutscene doesn't actually matter, but you might recognize this as the place where we rescued the king's daughter at the very beginning of the game. Um, and these bats in this room, here I have time. We are sky people. We came to this shrine in our attempt to locate the source of the world's ruin. That was 400 years ago. So they are the people who built the flying fortress I just left. And they got turned into bats by the final boss.
Are you really taking the time to give a tour of this game?
A little bit.
That's mean.
And we just used our rejuvenated crystals to go back 1,000 years to what this temple used to be. So it's much more high-tech and fancy now.
Looks pretty much the same.
Yeah. But there's more floors. Oh, I should save. This place can be a little bit scary.
Getting a lot of these fights. Okay, Warmech? No Warmech.
Green dragons. Can I run from those? I want to try to. I don't think I can.
The only, in Chaos Shrine, the only dragons you can run from are white. And they're also the ones you really shouldn't run from.
Huh, yeah. And I think it's Blizzard against green dragons. So there are a lot of encounters in Chaos Temple that you can't run from, and they kind of all have different strategies for dealing with them. The unfortunate part is it's the end of the game, so you don't always remember what you can and can't, because you usually reset before now. But a lot of them are just the same encounters we've dealt with throughout the game. It's just they're all in this one temple.
Yeah. I split team at 121-21.
117-20.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, my warrior just jammed out on the loot, which was given to us by the princess at the very beginning of the game.
Fortunately, the loot, it's impossible to forget to get the loot.
Yeah.
You do have to talk to the princess to get it, and we do. If you try and leave the room before you grab it, she will stop you.
Yeah.
So we're lucky in that regard.
It is faster to talk to her yourself.
Yes.
But she will stop you if you don't. But for a little bit here, I'm basically just dealing with encounters as they come up. Trying to get to the boss rush.
Oh. Apparently I accidentally hit the nice button on my stream deck. I saw somebody...
White Dragon Ambush. This could eat some time up.
Oh, yeah.
And kill my Black Mage.
Yeah, white dragons are scary. Oops. Forgot to mash.
I'm gonna Judgment Staff because I don't trust this.
Yeah, white dragons are annoying because it's the one kind of dragon you can run from, but also the one kind of dragon that you kind of don't really want to run from.
Okay, they wiped me.
No, when did you saved, right?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of, I should do that.
No, stop loading the wrong file. I accidentally saved into slot 2. There we go.
Weird. Black Flawn. I don't get very many of those.
I don't think I've ever seen those. Where is that?
That was a second floor
Of
Chaos.
Oh, hey, you're ahead of me. Ha!
Did you really just lose 4 minutes?
I mean, I saved at the beginning of Chaos Shrine.
Oh, that sucks.
Because I have to go fight Deatheye again.
I have not fought Deatheye yet. I'm like before the loop. So I guess that's not. I'm fighting Deatheye right now.
Yeah, same. I am fighting Deatheye right now.
Ha! Okay, so I just split Deatheye 124.53.
124.57 is the second time.
Holy crap. Of course this is gonna happen. Oh, God.
Hi, Patches. I hope you're doing well.
And...
Yeah, no. The White Dragons wiped me. And I had not saved since the beginning of Chaos Shrine. Oops.
I don't think I can run from you. Oops. Magic, fire. This game. This darn game.
It's ridiculous.
Man, can you imagine if you were like on a PB attempt and you hadn't saved here?
I would have walked away.
Oh man, that'd be so frustrating.
More White Dragons. I guess I'll use fire this time.
Right? Oh, hey. Oh no, I just got ambushed by White Dragons.
Yes.
There's 2 Ice Storms. Can they make it 3 for 3? Yes, they can make it 3 for 3. And they killed my Black Mage, so I can't.
Yeah, Judgment Staff is your shot.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
That'll
I got
run.
out of it. Okay.
All right, so both of us are coming up on Chaos Shrine V1, which is where it's basically the Encounters of the Earth Cavern at higher levels. And then it's where we'll fight Lich 2. Which Lich 2 is a meanie.
I'm getting a lot of encounters though, and another White Dragon. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Whew, okay.
Which my first ever completed run, I almost wiped to Lich 2. So I'm gonna remember to heal and save.
Riles, this is my 5th encounter on this floor. 4 of them have been White Dragons.
Goodness.
I'm fairly certain you're ahead of me right now, because there's no way you're getting this bad a floor.
I am fighting Lich 2 right now.
Oh my god, yeah, you're way ahead of me. And I just got another White Dragon encounter. This is insane. This game just doesn't want either one of us to finish.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so I got lucky. Lich just attacked. He did not use Flare.
Yeah, you're way ahead of me. I just got to the floor that has Lich on it.
Okay, I mean, I lost 3 minutes on that split, but...
Yeah, you're no longer 4.5 minutes ahead of me, put it that way.
Yeah.
But you are ahead of me.
These next 2 floors, it is possible to get 0 encounters if you're lucky. My golds on these floors are 0 encounter. But it's not common. So the end of this floor, we will fight Marilith again. Right before the stairs, just like Lich.
Yeah, I got a flare at a Lich. Oh man. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay.
As long as you heal before, you're usually okay.
I did, but Lich still wiped my Dark Mage and my Ninja.
Yeah, that's common.
And then used Stop, but fortunately Stop did not take.
Well, because you have Ribbon.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, Stop will never get you.
Still made me nervous.
Yeah, so Marilith wiped my Black Mage, which is not common for me. So I had to deal with that.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. I was supposed to go through that door. Dang it.
And now we are on the water floor of the dungeon.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to Merilith yet.
Yeah. Oh, hey, my thief broke 300 HP. That's actually awesome.
That is nice.
My black mage HP is not great, but... so in the last fight, I will no longer have to boost my thief's HP. And instead, since he learned haste, I can have him cast haste in the last fight, and that will help me finish my setup a little bit faster.
$129.54 Merilith for me.
128.50 was mine.
Wow.
And my water floor is going very slowly.
Okay, I just got to the water floor. And the water floor is another one that I have every now and then problems remembering the route.
Yeah, the water dungeon and the water floor are confusing.
Both really confusing.
Yeah. Also, for whatever reason, so Lich 2 and Merilith 2 both camped out next to the staircase. Kraken 2, just to be mean, is in the hallway right here. So you think you're going to be able to get all the way to the staircase before you have to fight the boss, and then he says nope. And then Tiamat 2 will do something similar. He's about halfway through the floor. She is about halfway through the floor.
Okay, there's Kraken.
I just beat Kraken.
I just got into Kraken. And here comes a Thundara. Please don't kill anyone. Cool. $131.22.
I'm just into Tiamat. You will see me haste sometimes in Tiamat and Lich. That's just kind of a safety. If they kill my warrior, or my thief, it can help speed up the fight overall. Patches, Kraken has such a sick cloak. That's what I was talking about earlier. I don't think you... But he's such a dapper gentleman.
Tiamat thunderbolted me, so Black Mage is probably dead. Yep.
I just killed Tiamat. My Black Mage does not have a lot of HP.
Oh, mine doesn't either. 193.
Oh wow, you're less than me.
Yeah.
Purple worm. Purple worm.
Only want to see you fighting all the purple worms.
Bonus fun fact about Ryan and I, we're both music majors.
We are indeed.
Okay, final menu.
Ray, he's got a couple minutes on me, probably. Oh, I should have menued there. I had to bring my Black Mage back to life. I should have just done the menu there. Okay, equipment. Oh no, I can't remember the... There it is. Gloves. 2 Black Mage weapon. Barbarian sword. Warrior weapon to Black Mage shield. Nope. Ribbon. And then...
So, here's Garland, who we beat at the very beginning. He's back. And he's about to transform.
Yeah, I think we're going into this fight only a few seconds apart.
Did you save? I didn't.
I didn't save. No, I didn't save before Chaos. But it should be fine.
Should be fine.
I have never once had a Chaos that killed me, assuming I do it right.
The menu correctly. Yeah. I do not have to Giant's Tonic Thief, so that's nice.
I do.
So he'll cast haste. So this fight has a pretty specific setup, depending on the HP of your thief and your Black Mage, and whether or not thief learned haste.
Oh, I actually didn't have to. I didn't have to Giant's Tonic my thief. He had 271.
No, you want him at 300. 271. He
Oh,
cried.
yeah! I attacked with my warrior instead of Giant's Tonicking my Black Mage. That's what I was supposed to do. So let's do that now. Magic Haste. I got lucky that Garland didn't, or that Chaos didn't just kill him.
Yeah. And
Please don't
all
kill him
you will
now.
see White Mage do for this entire fight is heal.
Yes, yeah, the... Shoot.
And so I have finished the setup. And now literally all I'm going to do is hold X. Until,
Shoot,
What?
my black mage died before he could haste the warrior.
oh, that's not excellent.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm probably okay. I'm not gonna bring him back to life. I'm
You're
probably okay. But unless he cures himself, you're gonna win by a fair amount probably.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had gotten the setup off, it would have been a toss-up.
Ah, darn it.
He just killed my thief.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I've never had him
Sorry.
wipe anybody after I get to the hold X to win.
Well, since thief only had... He had 314 HP.
Oh yeah,
which was tough.
you didn't Giant's Tonic even though you were probably pretty close to it.
Yeah. So...
But I'm only getting 2 attacks per turn. And I guess now you are too, but I guess let me know when you call time.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for it. He keeps using his, like, very long spells,
Yeah.
so...
You know, Warrior, if you could do more damage, I would appreciate it.
Time.
Time.
So that is game for me.
Woo!
What was your final time?
136.37.
136.28.
Nice. GG.
That's ridiculous. Thank you for the GGs, everyone. Oh, hi, Total.
Yeah, thanks for the GGs, everybody. Oh, what a
that was
game.
good.
I love this game.
That was fun.
Man, oh darn it! If I had remembered, if I hadn't screwed up that setup and the,
You would have won.
I probably would have beat you. Yeah, if my black
Yeah.
mage would have Giant's Tonicked.
Oh.
Darn.
It was the White Dragons.
Yeah, it was the White Dragons. That's what did it. I
Good
was
thing I saved.
okay. So and remember, I'm running against averages. I was behind my averages from Earthrod, 28 minutes in, all the way until Death Eye in the Chaos Dungeon. And after that, it was green all the way.
Well, and so for me, I was green with like 2 or 3 golds. Until Lich 2.
I think I only got 1 gold. Yeah. My Marilith was
win.
gold, and that was it.
I was 2 minutes ahead at Death Eye. And then at Lich 2, I was a minute behind.
Well, good race, homie.